Now that one boys semifinal matchup is in the books, it's time to turn our attention to the girls bracket. Our first girls semifinal matchup of the day pits top-seeded Anniston and defending county champion against fourth-seeded Ohatchee. And welcome inside Pete Matthews Coliseum, everybody. Mickey Shadricks and Gerhard Mathangani with you as we continue with our live coverage of semifinal round action of the Calhoun County Basketball Tournament. Gerhard, the Anniston boys, they punched their ticket to the championship. They'll take on the winner of Oxford and White Plains. It tips off at 6. But right now, girls action, Anniston defending their county crown. They're obviously a big favorite here against Ohatchee.
No question, it's the number 1 versus number 4 seed yet again. It's basically been all chalk in the girls bracket. However, Anniston in their last game didn't really get the defensive performance that they want to, so they have something to prove as they're trying to win, as you said, yet another Calhoun County championship.
Well, there'll be more than 2 players on the court, obviously, but you know there's 2 key players, one from each side here, Alicia Dudley for Anniston and Jorda Crook from Ohatchee. These 2 young ladies can definitely light up the scoreboard on any given night.
37 points for Crook just last night. A quick turnaround from last night's game to tonight. Let's see what she has left in the tank after that monster performance. Meanwhile, Dudley has been the player who's been the leader for this team since her sophomore season. A great shooter, led the Bulldogs to the state championship last year. This is kind of another step on the rung, so to speak, of their ultimate goals. You know she wants to play another great game here at Pete Matthews Coliseum.
And Eddie Bullock's Anniston girls teams, what a run they're on. They're looking for their 5th straight Calhoun County girls title.
Unbelievable run here by the Anniston Bulldogs. You know this venue is not new to them. Playing well here is not new to them, both in this tournament and in the regional tournament. We'll see if they can take one more step to the 2021 title, but they'll have a tough day against Ohatchee.
Well, the winner of this one obviously will advance to the girls' championship to take on the winner of Oxford and Jacksonville, which tips off later tonight. We'll get our first girls' semifinal game underway from Pete Matthews after this timeout.
Hi, I'm Randy Wood, State Representative for District 36, which covers parts of Calhoun, St. Clair, and Talladega counties. As your representative in Montgomery, I say good luck to all our local student athletes, coaches, and supporters. Best wishes for a great season and a successful school year.
Now offering Tempur-Pedic's newest Pro Breeze cooling mattress. Cooler when you lie down, cooler when you fall asleep, and cooler all night long. Wellness spaces are also available. Visit King's Mattress Gallery, downtown Sylacauga today, your local Sealy and Tempur-Pedic retailer.
Things a little bumpy in your driveway? Ox Foundation Solutions has the expertise and the know-how to repair cracks, wet basements and crawl spaces, and uneven floors in your home. It's time to get strong. oxstrong.com.
And we're back inside Pete Matthews Coliseum. Here on the campus of Jacksonville State University. We're getting set for our first girls semifinal matchup today of the Calhoun County Basketball Tournament as top seed and defending county champion Anniston. And we'll throw in, as Gerhard said, defending state champion Anniston gets set to take on the Ohatchee Lady Indians. And there's a look at Anniston head coach Eddie Bullock, who has built one of the best girls basketball programs in the state of Alabama.
Yeah, they knocked on the door so many different times on the statewide level. This tournament here is kind of like, as I said earlier, basically a stepping stone for their bigger goals overall. However, Coach Bullock does want to play well here. They got a great game in their semifinal round. However, really didn't play to the standard that they wanted to play, as they got a 67-43 win over White Plains in the quarterfinal round. They're now in the semifinals. But both Asia Barclay and Alicia Dudley are 2 of the veteran leaders of this basketball team, one on the inside and one on the outside. Meanwhile, Coach Bryant again and the Ohatchee Indians looking to make some noise. They had a great season last year. Ginn was named the Coach of the Year in his area and did a great job with this program last year. Of course, very famous member of the very famous coaching family, the Ginn family, and he's doing a great job with the Indians so far here today. And as his team now being introduced to the crowd here at Pete Matthews Coliseum, looking to see if they can pull off the big upset against Anniston. There you see number 23. That is Jordan Crook, who we mentioned earlier. 37 points, 18 rebounds in a monster game, and their big win over Pleasant Valley the other day. 72 points in the win overall for the Indians. And once again, another quick turnaround. They played yesterday. They'll play again today and see if they can knock off the number 1 seed.
Well, the Anniston Bulldogs advancing with a 67-43 quarterfinal victory over White Plains. Alicia Dudley had 17 points to lead her team, and Asia Barclay with 15 points and 12 rebounds in that victory. Meanwhile, it was Ohatchee defeating Pleasant Valley 72-44. As Gerhardt has mentioned, Jordan Crook with that big game, 37 points and 18 rebounds for Ohatchee. Our other girls semifinal game is they've kind of flip-flopped things this year. The boys started off, we had the boys game at 2, Anniston coming from behind to beat Jacksonville. Then we'll have the girls game, a boys game at 6, and then the second girls semifinal game at 8 o'clock tonight. Then on Saturday night, it's the normal schedule. The girls championship game will tip off at 6, the boys at 8. We've got it all covered for you right here on TV 24 and WOTM. Again, reduced capacity this season due to COVID restrictions, so if you can't make it to the arena, we will have all of the action for you live. So we're about set to get things underway. The Anniston Bulldogs and Ohatchee Indians. And first shot of the game is off the mark for Ohatchee. That was Jordan Crook, wasting very little time shooting the ball. Long range shot here by the Bulldogs is no good. Serena Hardy, the freshman, missing. So a couple of missed shots on both ends of the floor.
Serena Hardy played in this tournament last year, but she did so with Sacred Heart, and that's a storyline going into this one. Of course, the Cardinals program is no more on the athletic level. They did away with their sports units, and so Hardy made the move over to Anniston, and she is a growing talent for the Bulldogs.
Crook missed the shot, almost got her on rebound, but instead Alicia Dudley comes out of there with it and slings it ahead. They get it inside to Barclay, and she banks it in. And Asia Barclay, the senior, fine players, had an outstanding high school career for the Anniston Bulldogs.
No question about it, and we've had a chance to talk to her over the course of the last few years. Very mature, both from a basketball perspective and from just an overall perspective as a teenager. As we have another turnover here by the Indians, and she and Kiana Montgomery last year were basically the two players that Coach Eddie Bullock could rely on in the post. Athletic players that could play out, but just really dominated down low. And now it will be Barclay's showdown there as they try to get the ball to her once again.
She's doubled, and the shot blocked by Crook out of bounds, and it will stay with the Bulldogs, but nice interior defense.
Yeah, Hardy this time going into Barclay. Barclay seeing the double team, and Crook going straight up and getting the block.
Dudley misses the left-handed layup. Offensive rebound, shot no good. Foul inside Barclay. There you see her. She came over the back of the Ohatchee player, so she'll pick up her first personal.
Also in that matchup was Pleasant Valley and Ohatchee. Ohatchee's Tori Weiss. We talked earlier about Crook's 37 and 18, but Tori Weiss also chipped in with 17 points in that one.
I think that was just an out-of-bounds call, no foul. So Anniston with a 2-0 lead here, just underway. Ohatchee is in controlling the pace. How important is that for them in this one?
Extremely important, because they really need to be able to get into their offense. One of the calling cards and one of the staples for this Anniston basketball team, as much as they score, has been defense, and at that time doing a really, really good job offensively is Ohatchee, getting very, very patient with their passing, getting it down low to Crook. But you mentioned it, the pacing of the game, the tempo of the game is to be very important for Ohatchee to maintain. And take a look at the perfect pass down low. Crook, nice hands, able to get it away from Barclay and come up with the first 2 points here for the Indians.
That was a beautiful pass. A lot of arc on that one to get it over the defender. Ohatchee swinging the ball around the perimeter. Baseline drive. We're going to have a charging foul whistled against senior Tori Weiss.
Weiss, as we mentioned, had a great game in the quarterfinal round, but a good job there by Dudley after Weiss was able to get around Barclay, setting her feet. Only she's going to get the hit, but then comes up with the foul. A lot of times you don't see that kind of effort from your star player on any level, but Dudley getting it done there defensively.
Dudley missing the three, but there's Asia Barclay with the offensive rebound, and she puts it back in for her 4th point. She's got all 4 Anniston points.
We saw that so much last year, and it's not just on Dudley misses, but just on anybody. Barclay always in good position for the rebound, and that time a wide open putback for the second chance opportunity for the Bulldogs.
And a bank shot by Grayson Snow. A 3-pointer.
Snow had 7 in their last matchup, and they knocked off Pleasant Valley to get to this point.
So a 5-4 lead for Ohatchee. So the Bulldogs being very deliberate on this possession as Dudley surveys the defense, now passes off to her teammate. Inside it goes to Barclay. She's in the lane, couldn't get the shot away. Pulling the trigger from the left wing, no good. Getting it back and shooting it again is Serena Hardy. She missed both shot attempts. Barclay battling for it. It's loose on the floor. Players hitting the deck. And finally a whistle.
Seemed like that ball had butter on it. Nobody can really corral it, and it looks like we'll get a timeout here.
I think the Bulldogs called timeout to save the possession. And we'll take this opportunity to thank the Calhoun County Commission for their sponsorship of the Calhoun County basketball tournament. Calhoun County has so much to offer. And as we broadcast today all across the state of Alabama, next time you're on the road and you've never visited Calhoun County, make time to do so. Thank the Calhoun County Commission, outstanding work they do in their sponsorship of the Calhoun County basketball tournament, which Gerhard, year in and year out, is always considered one of the top county tournaments in Alabama.
No question about it. 14 schools this year coming to the table. Normally it's 15, but we just mentioned the issue with Sacred Heart this year. But what makes this county tournament very special is what you're seeing right here. Just 2 different classifications. It is all the schools in the county. 1A to 6A, private schools, public schools, all getting together. A central location in Jacksonville as Dudley gets the shot to drop there for the Anniston Bulldogs. It makes for a very, very special tournament, and always have great matchups both in the semifinals and the championship. We've seen 1As and 6As and everything in between win this tournament. It is always one of the more special venues because most of the teams here, if not all the teams here, their regional games are set for this exact same spot coming up next month as well. So you want to play well here in the tournament, kind of setting the table for the rest of the playoffs.
Great ball movement again for Ohatchee, but the shot is no good by Millie Rainwater. Dudley trying to get it inside to Barclay, but Crook able to bat it out of bounds. Good hands by Jorda Crook, the sophomore. So Anniston maintains possession, leading 6-5. Dudley gets it into Hardy, into Barclay. She goes up and banks it in. So Asia Barclay with 6 first quarter points to lead her team.
Just a nice move there by Barclay on the inside. saw that she had a little bit of room, put the ball on the ground one time, and then goes up with the shot. And as you mentioned, great game so far today for Barclay.
Crook gets it out top to Snow. Again, they swing it to the corner. Weiss shoots the three, and it's an air ball. So Ohatchee, some cold shooting from the perimeter here in this first quarter.
Yeah, nice substitution here for the Bulldogs as Pearson comes into the game for Jackson.
Dudley fires, hits the three. That is her first made three of the quarter. She was 0 for 2 from behind the arc before that shot. She now has 5 points. So Anniston out to a 6-point lead. Open shot from the top of the key is no good. Another shot off the mark by Millie Rainwater.
Yeah, take a look here at the great ball movement by Anniston, finding the MVP of the state tournament last year, Alicia Dudley, coming away with a 3-point shot.
And the roll for Anniston's Tiana Thomas. Her first basket of the game gives Anniston a 13-5 lead.
Good perimeter basketball here by Anniston so far on the 3-point shot by Dudley, and then that shot right there.
A travel called against Grayson Snow. So a turnover by Ohatchee, their second of the quarter, and the Indians going in the other direction here as Anniston starting to heat up and Ohatchee still struggling from the field.
Yeah, one of the things we talked about with tempo is also turnovers. Have to limit those because Anniston will make you pay.
Dudley missing the three and Weiss stepping in and getting the rebound. Weiss penetrates, pulls up just inside the free throw line, and the shot was off. Another air ball. Here comes Hardy up the floor against Crook. Lays it up, doesn't get the shot to fall. Weiss had it knocked away by Pearson, and the Indians will get the ball.
Anniston scored 88 points in their quarterfinal game to punch their ticket here to this point.
So Tori Weiss walks it up the floor as we've got under a minute to play here in our first quarter of the first girls semifinal matchup of the day. Indians working the ball. Good ball movement. They've found some open shots. They've just been unable to knock them down. There's another open shot and another air ball. Offensive rebound, no good. And Crook's going to wind up coming away with it. She will back Dudley down, go up, draw contact, miss the shot, but she'll go to the free throw line.
Good job there on the boards for the Ohatchee Indians, going and getting the loose ball and doing as much as they can here to try to get themselves back onto the scoreboard. Just watch the effort here on all these 50-50 balls, and then you have Crook down low getting the foul and knocking down the first free throw.
So Jorda Crook knocking down the free throw, giving her 3 points, misses the second free throw. Out of bounds off of Weiss. Good look at Coach Bryant Ginn of the Ohatchee Indians. Final seconds of the quarter. Hardy gonna have to hurry. Dribbles, finds an open shooter in the corner, and the shot is off the mark, and that'll take us to the end of our first period. Good start for the top seed and defending champion Anniston Lady Bulldogs as they take a 13-6 lead into the second quarter.
Hot under the collar because your basement is full of water? Ox Foundation Solutions has the expertise and the know-how to repair cracks, wet basements and crawl spaces, and uneven floors in your home. Ox Foundation Solutions will come up with the right fix for you. It's time to get strong. How strong? Ox Strong.
And a big thank you to Ted's Abbey Carpet and Floor for their sponsorship of the Calhoun County Basketball Tournament this season on TV 24 and WOTM. And there's a look at Anniston coach Eddie Bullock, whose team is off to a pretty good start here in this first quarter, outscoring Ohatchee 13-6 behind Asia Barclay's 6 points and Alicia Dudley's 5 points. And the Bulldogs have it to begin the second period. The drive and the finish by Tijuana Thomas. She now has 4 points.
It's a good start there by Thomas, playing well both on the offensive side and defense. And there you see what Coach Eddie Bullock loves to do, put pressure on the opposing offense. And that time, ball going out of bounds on Anniston. Let's take a look at their Lady Bulldogs' last basket. Nice take straight and strong to the cup was Thomas, and got the basket to fall to stretch their lead.
Boy, Gerhard Ohatchee is shooting a horrid percentage right now. Anniston packed back in that zone. They're going to do that until Ohatchee proves they can make some outside shots.
No question, and one of the things that Coach Eddie Bullock talked about in their last matchup is, yeah, they got the win. They picked up the 67-43 victory as another three-pointer goes down, this time by Person, who hits the three-point shot. But Coach Bullock made no bones about it. They made a lot of mistakes in their quarterfinal matchup here, playing almost picture-perfect defense as Barclay gets the steal but can't get the layup to drop, and we have a foul here on Hardy.
Here's a look at the stroke from the corner by Alicia Pearson. Her first basket of the game. Nice looking shot from the left corner. Anniston now with their largest lead of the game, 12 points. As they're off to a 5-0 run to begin the second period. Another missed three by Ohatchee, and Barclay with the rebound. A whistle up the floor.
I believe they'll call this one a carry on Hardy. Hardy thought about going with a very, very deep pass, but ended up pulling it back, and the officials called it for the turnover.
Coach Bullock, good move there to start the second quarter, picking up that defensive pressure.
No question.
Gotten his team off to a good start.
For sure. And when you see a team struggling like Ohatchee has, just moving the ball, a lot of times it can really behoove you just to keep adding more pressure as Crook now gets back on the scoreboard.
Keeping her team in it. She now has 5 points, 5 of Ohatchee's 8. Pearson in the corner. Bulldogs, good ball movement. Thomas dribbles to the right wing, hands off to Dudley. She penetrates the lane, goes up with an acrobatic shot, no good. It's loose, and Pearson there with the offensive rebound and the putback. So this young lady has 5 points off the bench for Coach Bullock.
I'll tell you what, Person has had a great game so far for Anniston, and she did so last year as well. It was really kind of an impact spark player, and now Person, once again, with the rebound, holding the Indians to just one shot.
Thomas drives. They're going to call traveling. There was some contact, but the official said she took too many steps before the contact occurred, so it will go back over to Ohatchee.
Yeah, Anniston off the rebound, just trying to do their best to push the ball up the floor, be aggressive.
Again, some full court pressure applied by the Bulldogs. Ohatchee gets it across. They get it ahead to Crook, but she's quickly double teamed, dribbles out of the double team. And her shot in the lane, no good. Offensive rebound, no good. Crook battling, could not control it though. It's off of her, out of bounds, over to Anniston.
Well, one of the things that Coach Eddie Bullock and this team knew is that they had to stop Crook from getting down low, getting inside, and getting easy shots. And then you mentioned they had the double team on her, then they took it off to keep her honest, and then they put it right back on her, and then had a couple hands in her face on that shot right there. That's exactly how you have to play a person that's coming off a season high, a career high, 37 points, and Dudley has just been a phenomenal player for this Anniston team so far, not just this season, but throughout the course of her career, knocks down another three-pointer.
She's now hit 2 threes in a row, and I tell you, that's scary, Gerhardt. She gets hot. It could be big trouble for Ohatchee. They're already in a hole here.
No question. And when you have a team, when you have a player on the inside like Barclay, and then you mix it with the outside shot of Dudley, it is a dangerous combination. And bang, bang, there they both go. Barclay with the assist and Dudley with a three.
After missing her first 2 threes, she has knocked down her last 3 in a row, including 2 back-to-back. This one from deep.
That's good on the college level. Might be getting ready for next year when she plays college ball. And this time, Barclay, just great vision. Saw the fellow senior wide open for the jump shot. She knocks it down, and as you said, quickly into double digits here for Anniston.
And she will be shooting for the F&M scholarship money tomorrow night.
That's correct, with 772 likes so far on the fan favorite vote. So she got the fan favorite vote overall, so she will shoot for the money, so to speak, in the F&M half-court shooting contest coming up tomorrow. So $500 scholarship offer for both Dudley and Antonio Kite. Antonio Kite won on the boys' side, but by the fact that Dudley had more likes, she will get the half-court shot, and have that the trophy presentation of the boys' game coming up tomorrow night right here at the Calhoun County Basketball Tournament.
So she needs to save one, just one.
That's right.
Her coach just let her save one for tomorrow night.
I wouldn't be a bit surprised if she, coming out after halftime, practiced a couple half-court shots just to get ready for it.
She's definitely got the 3-ball going right now. She's got 3 threes in the game, 11 points to lead all scorers. Ohatchee gets it across half court, but then look, stolen from behind. Dudley getting it done on the defensive end. Now Hardy sees a path, takes it and finishes and draws the foul from Jordan Crook.
Seemingly it's 3 points on every possession. Now potential another 3 points on this possession. This started off with a great defense by Dudley. Got the pickpocket on one end, great vision on the other, finds Hardy, and then Hardy knows she gets the contact there by Crook. Crook's first foul, and Hardy now with the shot at the three-point play.
And the freshman knocks down the free throw, so Hardy is in the scoring column as she's got 3 points. Coach Bullock yelling out instructions for his defense as Anniston up by 21 right now.
Well, something that all of 4A basketball should fear on the girls' side is, yeah, Alyssa Dudley is a senior and she'll be gone next year, but Hardy, with a lot of experience already, just a freshman, and getting early playing time and a lot of big minutes for Coach Eddie Bullock's team, and they'll have her to basically be the leader of the team as they move forward for the next few years.
You hear about coaches working the officials. That was kind of a different approach right there by Coach Bullock. His player just got called for the foul, and he's over there with his arm on the official, laughing, cutting up. Of course, it's easy to do when you're up by 21. Dudley on the other end, lays it in.
And this is just great. Just individual and team basketball here by the Bulldogs, especially defensively, really putting on a clinic here.
Good hands here. Barclay will take it all the way and miss the layup. Boy, that's unusual to see that young lady miss from point-blank range. Maybe she was too open. Crook with the offensive rebound, couldn't get it to fall, and the rebound taken by Henson of Anniston, and a whistle and a foul. Kind of a frustration foul there from Tori Weiss.
A frustrating start here for the Ohatchee Indians. Obviously, they play over in 3A ball and just trying to find something, trying to find some way to get back on the scoreboard here, and seemingly Anniston just taking away all the possessions, not all just the possessions, but just taking away what they want to do offensively, whether it's getting the ball into Crook or trying to find Weiss or trying to go down low or Crook. And the offense is not playing well. How about the defense stepping up there? Crook with a nice block, but the Indians just looking for something.
In it comes to Barclay, and it's stolen by Weiss. She goes up the floor against Hardy, a little Euro step and lays it in. Outstanding job there by Tori Weiss. And a steal. Weiss comes down, another Euro step and another layup. Deja vu.
Great defense here by Ohatchee. 3 possessions in a row.
Nice hands by Weiss to knock that one out of bounds.
Saw the block by Crook and then the steal by Weiss and then another steal. Take a look here at just the going into the passing lane and then coming away with the points on the other end. You mentioned the Euro step right there, then does the exact same thing the other way around after another steal. You're not gonna get the charge on Weiss.
So 4 quick points for Ohatchee as we near 2 minutes to play in our first half. Thomas just left wide open, pulls the trigger and misses. You know, when you look at this Anniston team, and they're showing viewers here, this is not just a favorite in the county this year. They're the defending state champions, Coach Bullock's team, and you don't get much better 1-2 inside-out punch than they have with Alicia Dudley and Asia Barclay.
No question about it. They vaulted up to the #1 spot in the polls this week as see if we'll have either a foul here or a jump ball.
One of the other. They called a jump ball there.
We have Thomas, and there's a good shot of Coach Ginn. Take a look here at what happened here, and I think it's a great call there.
You know, speaking of officiating, you know, we did the first boys semifinal game between Anniston and Jacksonville. That was a very well officiated basketball game.
Yes, it certainly was. Really let the players play, called the obvious ones, and then just let the talent on the floor go out and try to win the game. And it was a back and forth game, and Anniston ended up winning by double digits, but it was a game where it was basically a 20, 25 point swing one way to the other at certain points of the game, especially in that fourth quarter.
You know, we don't give the officials enough credit. We always talk about questionable calls or calls that maybe they missed, but I tell you, that was a very well officiated game earlier today. In case you missed it, what a game it was. Jacksonville led Anniston by 10 points after 3 quarters, and Anniston just came alive and wound up winning the game by 9 as they scored 31 points in the fourth quarter, 23 combined by Carlisle and Kite, as Anniston moves on into the boys championship game tomorrow night. Under a minute to play here in our first half. The Anniston girls trying to join the boys on championship night. Good ball movement by the Bulldogs. Shot by Hardy, no good. Rebound taken down by Ohatchee's Gracie George. A reach-in foul there on Pearson. Or Person, I should say, as Coach Ginn looks on.
Good job in the inside here by the Indians, being able to get the rebound. Weiss, Crook, and the Indians finding a little bit of offense through great defense here in the later stages of the second quarter. We'll see if they're able to put something together at halftime and be able to climb back into this game and make this one a good one here in the second half. Well, it looks like we have a timeout here by Oxford, or by the Ohatchee Indians.
I think Coach Ginn wants to try to really get a good possession here as we near the end of the first half. Hey, we'd like to welcome our viewers on Sparklight and Xfinity Cable. WEAC TV 24, of course, is TV 24 in East Alabama has been home to this county tournament for a long, long time, and that tradition continues this year, just kind of on an expanded basis on WOTM, based out of Birmingham, and all across the state of Alabama is folks from everywhere maybe tuning in and seeing this county tournament, may have heard about this tournament. Well, it is everything it's cracked up to be, played every year at Jacksonville State University, and we're glad you're tuning in to watch semifinal action today from Jacksonville State. Dudley's three-pointer is no good. Hardy swings it over to Person. She misses. Barclay able to beat Crook to the loose ball. 10 seconds now. Bulldogs with one more shot at it here as we near the end of the first half. Dudley gets a screen. She attacks. Her runner off the glass, no good. Barclay can't control, and that'll take us to the end of the first half. And a very good showing by the defending county champions and top-seeded Anniston Lady Bulldogs as they will head to the locker room with a 31-12 lead over Ohatchee. We'll continue with our live coverage of the Calhoun County basketball tournament after this timeout.
The Calhoun County Commission, made up of J.D. Hess, Tim Hodges, Fred Wilson, Carolyn Henderson, and Lee Patterson, ask you to take a look at what Calhoun County has to offer. Beautiful parks, neighborhoods, recreational facilities, historic sites, and museums. Our citizens enjoy a high quality of life and strongly support the arts. If you are considering expanding or starting a new business, take a look at what Calhoun County has to offer. You will be glad you did.
Since 1848, First Bank of Alabama has been dedicated to our customers and excellence in all areas. With constant improvements to our facilities, to adding new products and services to better serve you, our team is fully engaged in all the communities we serve. First Bank of Alabama knows that time is money, so we offer hometown services with advanced technology that allows you to bank on your own schedule. We want to be your community bank, so stop by. Come see us at First Bank of Alabama, where you're always first.
Welcome to the award-winning Choccolocco Park in Oxford, Alabama. We believe Choccolocco Park is the place to be, and our fans agree, describing the park as breathtaking, professional, and fun for all. With plenty of parking, restrooms, concessions, and a top-notch staff, we are confident your experience will be second to none. Join us today at Choccolocco Park.
Well, it has been a good day so far for Anniston High School. Anniston girls leading at halftime over Ohatchee 31-12. Earlier today, we started our coverage of the semifinal round with our first boys semifinal action as top-seeded Anniston came from behind in thrilling fashion and lit it up in the fourth quarter as they knocked off fourth-seeded Jacksonville. Gerhard and I were on hand for all of that action, and here's a look back at our first boys semifinal matchup today between Anniston and Jacksonville. Well, it was all about the fourth quarter in the first boys semifinal matchup at the Calhoun County basketball tournament. The top-seeded Anniston Bulldogs outscoring Jacksonville 31-12 in that fourth quarter, erasing a 10-point deficit after three quarters as they wind up winning the game by a final score of 72-63 as Carlisle and Kite combining for 23 points, Gerhard, in that fourth quarter.
Yeah, and we'll start with the first half highlights, and it was Kite that really got the offense going for the Bulldogs. There you see Carlisle on the basket, and then Kite once again penetrating and doing a good job of making sure that Jacksonville defense collapses, and then it really led to a great shooting performance from the outside there. Finds a little room, knocks down the wide open three-point shot there. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, really balanced scoring all the way around. However, the Johnsons, both Caden and Cam Johnson, with a strong first half as they're able to find ways to score both inside and out. Good ball movement by Jacksonville throughout the entire game. Didn't always get the shot to fall down, but seemingly in the first half, everything was falling for the Jacksonville Golden Eagles early on. Wide open three-pointer from the top of the key, and that is Cam Johnson putting up. In the second half, though, what we saw was a brilliant performance from Antonio Kite. Continue what he did in the first half in the second half, but then he's also able to do it by passing as well, sharing the basketball, getting the ball out to his defenders, and then great team defense really led the way for the Bulldogs, and Carlisle with the exclamation point right there, and then comes out strong right here, basket and the foul, and Anniston marches on.
History has been made at Sarah Honda in Sylacauga. For the first time in Honda history, 0% APR financing for up to 60 months is now available on America's hottest selling SUVs. CR-V, HR-V, Pilot, and more. You heard right, 0% APR financing is here at Sarah Honda. Act now to take advantage of these amazing rates before they become, well, history. It's happening now at Sarah Honda, Highway 280 in Sylacauga.
Now offering Tempur-Pedic's newest Pro Breeze cooling mattress. Cooler when you lie down, cooler when you fall asleep, and cooler all night long. Wellness bases are also available. Visit King's Mattress Gallery, downtown Sylacauga today, your local Sealy and Tempur-Pedic retailer.
Hi, I'm Randy Wood, State Representative for District 36, which covers parts of Calhoun, St. Clair, and Talladega counties. As your representative in Montgomery, I say good luck to all our local student athletes, coaches, and supporters. Best wishes for a great season and a successful school year.
WOTM is the television provider for all Alabama High School Athletic Association championship events and special programs. WOTM is your home for the Super 7 football, state finals basketball, baseball and softball state championships, the AHSAA weekly show, and WOTM also produced the first ever football playoff show, Super 7 preview show, and reclassification reveal show. Your exclusive home for all things AHSAA is WOTM. Contact your local cable provider to request WOTM to your channel lineup.
Since 1848, First Bank of Alabama has been dedicated to our customers and excellence in all areas. With constant improvements to our facilities, to adding new products and services to better serve you, our team is fully engaged in all the communities we serve. First Bank of Alabama knows that time is money, so we offer hometown services with advanced technology that allows you to bank on your own schedule. We want to be your community bank, so stop by. Come see us at First Bank of Alabama, where you're always first.
Uneven floors got you rolling? Ox Foundation Solutions has the expertise and the know-how to repair cracks, wet basements and crawl spaces, and uneven floors in your home. It's time to get strong. OxStrong.com.
Well, the Anniston Lady Bulldogs are halfway to the girls' championship game. As you see there, the Bulldogs dominating in the first half, leading fourth-seeded Ohatchee 31-12 here at halftime. Mickey Shadricks and Gerhard Mathangani with you here at Pete Matthews Coliseum. Semifinal action of the Calhoun County basketball tournament. The winner of this one advances to take on the winner of Oxford and Jacksonville, which will tip off at 8 o'clock tonight, and we've got highlights from the first half of this one. And Gerhard, it was Asia Barclay of Anniston kind of keeping things together until Alicia Dudley could get heated up.
No question about it, and they were going down low, and Barclay was able not only to get good penetration down there in the post, but also collect the offensive rebounds. There you see a great pass there from Dudley to Barclay, but then Barclay would return the favor a little bit later, and then Dudley, as you said, found the juice late in that second quarter, knocked down a couple big three-pointers, that time going straight to the basket and knocking down the layup there. But for Ohatchee, the points were kind of few and far between. We knew Crook would have a solid game, but Grayson Snow also with a nice bank off the glass there, and then a couple of great defensive performances from the Ohatchee Indians, able to get them some points, led by Tori Weiss, who had a strong day for the Indians today.
A couple of back-to-back Euro step buckets for Weiss, and one of the highlights for Ohatchee in that first half. Alicia Dudley leading all scorers with 13 here at halftime.
The Calhoun County Commission, made up of J.D. Hess, Tim Hodges, Fred Wilson, Carolyn Henderson, and Lee Patterson, ask you to take a look at what Calhoun County has to offer. Beautiful parks, neighborhoods, recreational facilities, historic sites, and museums. Our citizens enjoy a high quality of life and strongly support the arts. If you are considering expanding or starting a new business, take a look at what Calhoun County has to offer. You will be glad you did.
In Alabama, school spirit is in the air on Friday nights. At Farmers and Merchants Bank, we're giving our customers the opportunity to show their school spirit every day with our new Spirit debit card. We've designed a unique card for every Calhoun County school that includes the school's logo. So every time you use the card, you're showing your school spirit. Come in and get your school spirit debit card today. We've got spirit at F&M Bank. Service, solutions, and strength. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Hi, I'm Randy Woods, State Representative for District 36, which covers parts of Calhoun, St. Clair, and Talladega counties. As your representative in Montgomery, I say good luck to all our local student athletes, coaches, and supporters. Best wishes for a great season and a successful school year.
And we are awaiting the start of the second half of the first girls semifinal matchup from the Calhoun County basketball tournament. Anniston in control at halftime, 31-12. Ohatchee back out on the floor warming up. Anniston a little longer in the locker room as Coach Eddie Bullock having a little extra time with his team here at halftime. Well, Alicia Dudley, big first half as we mentioned going to break. She leads all scorers with 13 points. And Gerhard, she's got an opportunity to earn some big money tomorrow night. Is back again this year as the F&M Shootout, taking on a little bit different format this year due to COVID.
That's right. They have a fan voting that happened online. It was a great turnout between all the schools. Alicia Dudley and Antonio Kite, both of Anniston, won the $500 scholarships. But the fact that Dudley had the most likes, 772 likes to be exact, she will have the shot at $10,000 split between her and her school. Of course, her school, the Anniston Bulldogs. So she'll take that shot tomorrow. Because she's playing in the girls' game, she'll take that shot in the boys' game. So tune in for the boys' game tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. Halftime of that game, you'll see her take the half-court shot. Obviously, one of the best three-point shooters. She probably would have won the three-point shootout contest anyways, but she definitely deserves a shot there after the online voting on F&M.
Shooting it well today in the first half. She is 3 for 6 from behind the arc. 13 points overall, 9 of those points on 3 3-pointers here in the first half. So if you're Ohatchee and Coach Bryant again, Gerhard, you just got to hope that some of those shots against this Anniston zone start falling in the second half.
No question. They were able to get their team rolling momentum-wise from a defensive standpoint. Got some steals and able to turn those into points early on. But as you said, if they can get the ball moving, if they can get into the flow of their offense and then make the open shots when they're there, because they were there in the first half, they can make those shots, hold Anniston to one shot. They can sort of climb back into this basketball game, and we'll see what Coach Ginn and the Indians have to work with here in the second half. Meanwhile, for the Anniston Bulldogs, their normal game plan is to play it like it's a four-quarter game, play the entire way no matter if they're up 30, down 30, or anything in between. So we expect to see the same intensity here from the number one team, not only in this tournament, but keep in mind for basketball fans watching around the state, this is the state champions and the number one team in the state right now. So this could be a preview of what we see coming up a little bit later in March in the 4A state championships.
Thomas takes the first shot of the second half and gets it to fall for her 6th point of the game as it's a 33-12 lead. Now Anniston in that zone. It looks like they're got a box-in one against Tori Weiss as Hardy is playing her man-to-man.
Yeah, Weiss obviously had a great game in their last matchup with those 17 points. He is off to a great start here today, so looks like Coach Eddie Bullock wanted to give Weiss maybe a little different look than she saw there in that first half.
Coach Bullock used a zone, as we said, a lot in that first quarter, then did a lot of full court pressure to begin the second quarter, and now comes out with, looks like a straight up man-to-man on this inbound. And a whistle before the inbound.
Looks like Hardy was just trying to keep Weiss from being able to get the ball. They'll call Hardy on the foul, her second. Excuse me, her third now.
So Millie Rainwater now ready to trigger it inbound for the Indians. She gets it back. Now back out top to Snow. Anniston tight man-to-man defense here to begin the second half. Turnaround shot no good. Crook with the offensive rebound. Barclay with the block, and she's able to come up with a loose ball.
Anniston just makes everything so tough, and there are really no easy possessions there. That time, Ohatchee with pretty good ball movement, but unable to get any kind of clean shot there, but to take advantage, holding Anniston just one shot there on the Dudley missed three-pointer.
Open shot, three-pointer is good, and that is Millie Rainwater finally getting one to fall. That is only the second made three of the game for Ohatchee.
We talked earlier about what Ohatchee needs to do here in the second half, and that's a great shot of it. Move the ball, and then when you do have the open shot, knock those down. This time, Snow, great look. Finds Rainwater, and as you said, knocks down the second three-pointer of the game. Snow had the other one, and then has the assist here.
So Asia Barclay fouled on the shot attempt. She'll step up to the line. This is the first free throw for Barclay today. We've only had one free throw attempt in the entire game for either team. Barclay had those 6 points in the first quarter, then was held scoreless in the second quarter. Didn't really need her offensive production because Asia Dudley took over in that second quarter.
That first quarter dominated by Barclay, scoring 6 points, as many points as Ohatchee had as the entire team. But you mentioned the 1-2 punch, and there's very few teams in the state, 1A to 7A, will have one as talented and as smart as these two, Dudley and Barclay, both veterans of Coach Eddie Bullock's squad.
Barclay misses the second, so she has 7 points in the game. And Bulldogs keep up the defensive pressure, come away with the steal. Jackson with the dish. Hardy, shot blocked by Crook. That's her third block of the game. Crook with the steal. And some contact with Barclay, and they're going to call the foul against the Anniston senior.
Barclay, with the foul there, and it's going to be a great matchup here between these two. We'll take a look here at the block by Crook against Hardy, and Barclay registering her second foul.
Snow dribbles it across, gets it to Crook. She takes it all the way. Nice body control. Missed the bank shot, however. Offensive rebound by Vice. So Hatchie gets another crack at it here. A whistle, and officials calling things a little tight here to begin the third quarter. As Coach Eddie Bullock looks on. Looking for his 5th county championship in a row. Bulldogs have won 4 straight.
Violation there on Ohatchee, a 5-second violation, so good job defensively there for Anniston.
Coach Ginn shaking his head at that one. Those masks have been good for a lot of coaches, though, haven't they?
It certainly has. I think a lot of them, after all this is over and the masks are not required anymore, I think a few coaches will probably just try to keep those on to avoid fines and technical fouls.
I can just see in the future officials sending Christmas gifts to their favorite coach and open the it's a COVID mask. Hopefully one day we'll be all past it and we can do that. Still got a little work to go in that area. And timeout called by Ohatchee to save the possession, and due to that, of course, which is the reason we have so many empty seats. If you look around Pete Matthews Coliseum, the tournament is being played this year with a dramatically reduced capacity with fans support this year.
No question about it, and part of the reason for that is, as we've seen across sports, this is not isolated to Alabama or to basketball or anything like that. Across sports, we're seeing how we're trying to work our way within interscholastic athletics, at the same time be able to penetrate and work our way through the virus. As the vaccine is now out across the country, you take a nice little wide look there at Pete Matthews Coliseum, resembling of what we're seeing at NBA arenas and at college basketball arenas all across the nation. And also a word in here about the way that the AHSAA will work is 20% capacity at those basketball games here in the playoffs. coming up, and we'll detail those numbers coming up a little bit later.
And thanks to America's First Federal Credit Union for their support this year, the Calhoun County Basketball Tournament. America's First, a big supporter of high school athletics all across the state of Alabama, and a big supporter of the Calhoun County Basketball Tournament. And speaking of the AHSAA Basketball Tournament semifinals and finals, all 42 games coming your way right here on WOTM this year. Crook with the offensive rebound off the Vice miss, and Crook able to put it in.
Good job there offensively by the Indians, making sure that they were able to retain possession after the missed shot there by Vice, and Crook comes away with the second chance opportunity and the points.
7 points for Crook in the game. So Anniston taking their time on offense here as we go under 5 minutes to play third period. Bulldogs in command, have been from the very beginning. Thomas steps up, she's left open, and she gets the roll.
Nice perimeter jump shot there by Thomas, and they're letting everybody but Dudley shoot it from as far out as they want to. And that time Thomas takes a couple dribbles, gets in, and knocks down the perimeter jump shot.
Thomas now with 8 points in the game. Pass to Crook was off the mark. Anniston comes away with it, and a layup on the other end by the Bulldogs, Shawana Jackson. That's her first points of the game, and that is going to force another timeout by Coach Ginn and the Ohatchee Indians to try to slow the Bulldogs down, as Anniston on a run here, up now 38-17 midway through our third period.
One of the things I love about Coach Eddie Bullock is if you just take away the score graphic on the bottom of your screen, you would think they're down 21. And he wants to coach his team to a standard, and he always has. And there he is talking to his senior, Asia Barclay, knowing that this is a stepping stone to where they want to be. But for Anniston, it's always been about being able to play to the way they feel like their standard is. They had a couple shots at a state championship over and over again, finally broke through last year, winning the 4A state crown. Now looking to put together another championship here in the Calhoun County Championship, and they'll be back on this floor in the regional round as well. The regional final will be at Jacksonville State, as well as Wallace State and Garrett Coliseum, a fourth site yet to be determined by the AHSAA.
Three-pointer is good. That is Rainwater once again. She's got 2 triples here in this third period, 6 points on the day, and she steals the ball from Dudley. Trying to finish on the other end, and she's going to be called for traveling. But still a great defensive effort by the junior, Millie Rainwater.
And for the second time, Vice finds Rainwater, and Rainwater just cans it right there. And open shot has been good. And so, you know, after a 37-point performance with Crook in their last matchup, 17 points for Vice, they're finding different ways to score. And, you know, Coach Ginn has to be pleased with the effort that his team has put together. Down big, especially in the second quarter, is where Anniston really had some separation, but defensively and on the offensive end, they've been putting together one great effort.
Ohatchee's actually outscored Anniston 8-7 so far here in this third period. Anniston trying to change that as Shawana Jackson, who had a basket a moment ago, crashing the offensive boards, and is going to be rewarded with a couple of free throw attempts.
Yeah, that foul will be right there on Grayson Snow, her second.
Jackson's first trip to the free throw line, and the left-hander misses the first. She hits the second, giving her 3 points in the game. Full court pressure by Coach Bullock's team. Rainwater comes over to Snow, back to Vice, and Ohatchee crosses half court. Crook's got it at the free throw line, puts it on the floor, double team, shoots through the double team. Tough break for her. She just did miss the shot. Ahead it comes to Hardy. She'll take it up and lay it in with a left hand.
Yeah, it's an unfortunate sequence of events there for the Ohatchee Indians. Crook, a wide open shot, one that she hasn't missed a lot of over the course of her career. It doesn't go in. Meanwhile, Hardy just running the break on the other side and able to score.
Hardy came away with a loose ball. Rainwater kind of rolled up on her foot, so the official calls the foul against Millie Rainwater. 2:37 left in our third period. A couple of substitutions. There you see coming in for Ohatchee, Morgan Fouché, as Snow and George will head to the bench. Also in Elisa Davis for Ohatchee. So the Bulldogs with the ball, up by 21. Dudley goes inside to Barclay. Good ball movement. Hardy attacks. Her bank shot no good. Rebound by Barclay. Tried to dish it inside to Hardy, but the pass sails out of bounds, and it will go back to the Indians.
I see what Barclay was trying to do there, but there's just a lot of traffic getting the ball on the inside, and I'm sure that's part of the message that Coach Bullock is passing along to his squad as they once again ratchet up the pressure here.
Lob inside to Davis, and she drew that pivot foot. Could not keep that pivot foot anchored in, and it'll be a travel and a turnover.
Yeah, the unforced turnovers here by Ohatchee really hurting them in their places and chances to get some points and kind of crack into this lead a little bit. They can't match their Anniston turnovers with their own.
High screen, Hardy lost it, able to get it back, finds her teammate. Person misses the three. Dudley sneaks in there and is fouled on the putback attempt. Or did they call that on Dudley over the back?
Yeah, I think they did call it on Dudley over the back of Rainwater, and hope she's okay. She's walking under her own power a little gingerly. But watch here in the middle of your screen now, it is Dudley just trying to get to the ball, and obviously nothing intentional there, just trying to get to the basketball, and Rainwater seems to be okay there.
And a steal. Person takes it, and she's called for charging. Nice job there by Snow, or correction, by Fouché in taking the charge.
Yeah, it's a good job of getting in the passing lane by Person, but then just beats her to the spot, takes the charge, and the ball goes in the other direction.
Bice attacks, doubled on the baseline, needs help, but steps out of bounds before the pass.
Yeah, there was not a lot of real estate there when she picked up that pivot foot, or she planted that pivot foot, I should say, and picked up the other. It's not a lot of space to work with, and was trying to create space, touches that baseline, and once again another turnover here for the Indians.
Been a quiet third quarter for Dudley. She's been held without any points here, but the Bulldogs still in command here. Dudley takes the runner and makes it. As I say that, she steps right up and makes a shot.
Well, she must have heard you there, just kind of having as you said, a quiet second half altogether. Really haven't needed her scoring. Hardy, once again, just active hands today from Hardy. It's her third steal in seemingly the last 5 or 6 possessions. Ball goes out of bounds once again to Anniston.
So 33.5 left in the third. They see Rachel Dunaway coming into the game, the junior, and heading out will be Morgan Fouché. Been that kind of day for the Ohatchee Lady Indians today against top-seeded Anniston. Bulldogs have been in control of this game from the beginning.
Yeah, you saw the frustration kind of creep in spurts there in the first quarter. And then midway through the second, as Anniston really pulled away, and more so here at the end. But that's a good learning experience for the Ohatchee Indians, who of course play in 3A ball, and looking to make a nice little run for themselves. And it looks like Coach Ginn will have a very scrappy squad going into the playoffs in the next few weeks here.
Final seconds of the third. Dudley pulls up and misses the shot. Barclay got the rebound, but not enough time to put it back up. So the Anniston Lady Bulldogs dominating Ohatchee here in our first girls semifinal game as they take a big lead into the fourth quarter from Pete Matthews Coliseum.
Hot under the collar because your basement is full of water? Ox Foundation Solutions has the expertise and the know-how to repair cracks, wet basements and crawl spaces, and uneven floors in your home. Ox Foundation Solutions will come up with the right fix for you. It's time to get strong. How strong? Ox Strong.
And back at Pete Matthews Coliseum, our continuing coverage of the Calhoun County Basketball Tournament. And hey, coming up next week, it is the AHSAA Bowling Championships, Gerhard, on Thursday and Friday.
This has been a really, really fun event ever since it was named a championship event a few years ago by the AHSAA. We had the regionals at Vestavia Hills in the north and Spanish Fort in the south last night, and should be a great, great final over at Oak Mountain Lanes. And we'll crown some more winter sports champions, and it'll all start off with bowling next week.
And we begin the fourth quarter. It's been all Anniston Bulldogs with a 23-point lead behind Alacia Dudley's 15 points as she leads all scorers here today, and she gets the handoff on the inbounds as the Bulldogs will be looking to close this one out and advance to their 5th straight county tournament championship games. They're looking for their 5th straight tournament title. They will take on the winner of the Jacksonville-Oxford girls game that tips off at 8 o'clock tonight. Jacksonville, the 3rd seed, Oxford, the number 2 seed. Nice dish inside. Missed shot, however, by the Bulldogs. Dudley there for the offensive rebound, and she is fouled on the floor.
Well, you saw the patience all the way through that possession, and a great feed inside. Unable to finish there is Anniston, but you see the kind of the game plan that Coach Bullock wants to put together here. Continuing to stay aggressive on the defensive end, but playing smart on the offensive end, knowing that they have another game left in them. Coming up tomorrow night, that game will tip off at 6 o'clock.
Vice goes to the bench. One of only 3 Ohatchee players to score in this game. Vice has 4. Rainwater has 6 on those 2 threes in the 3rd period, and then Jordan Crook, she has 7 points in the game so far. Hardy out top for the Bulldogs. Her runner just inside the free throw line is short, and Fouché with the rebound. She dribbles out of trouble. Rainwater now inside to Crook. Crook will go up and will be fouled on the shot attempt by Alicia Person.
Yeah, Person can't believe it. She thinks she has all ball. We'll see here on the replay.
That look said it all. And Crook misses the first free throw. She is now 1 for 3 at the line today. Person's had a good game off the bench for Anniston.
Yeah, she certainly has, and one of the better defensive players on the perimeter for Anniston, but has also come away with a nice game, as you said, offensively for Coach Eddie Bullock and his squad.
Dudley with a nice crossover and the finish and the foul.
Well, her game, a lot like Antonio Kite, who we saw earlier, is kind of both ways. And we'll take another look here as just going straight to the basket is Dudley, and the foul, one of the better free throw shooters on this team as well.
And she makes the free throw. So Dudley, give her 18 in the game to lead all scorers. Anniston's largest lead now, 26 points. Coach Bullock still with that pressure on. Rainwater's got it. Goes up with a shot attempt, no good. Gets the rebound. Fouché backs it out. Anniston swarming defense. Fouché fires the 3 and misses. Crook trying to get the rebound but couldn't control it. It's out of bounds off of her. She was battling with Person for the rebound.
Good shot there of Coach Eddie Bullock and his squad, knowing that they punched their ticket to tomorrow, but you heard Coach Bullock, and Coach Bullock said it afterwards, told members of the media afterwards that in their last matchup, made a lot of mistakes. They gave up 43 points in a win to White Plains. 67-43 was the final score of their quarterfinal game, but he wanted them to tighten up, play a lot better here in this matchup. I think that they got that performance. They held Crook today and also Vice today as well, so much better performance here in game 2 at the Pete.
And Randy Wood, Alabama House District 36 representative, one of our sponsors for this year's Calhoun County basketball tournament. So appreciate Randy Wood's sponsorship this season of the tournament here on TV 24 and WOTM. We still have 2 more games after this one. Tommy Wood and John Holder will carry you through. We'll have a 6 o'clock tip-off in what should be a very interesting boys semifinal matchup between White Plains and Oxford. The winner of that game takes on Anniston in the boys championship game tomorrow night. Then the Jacksonville-Oxford girls game tips off at 8. John and Tommy will have that one for you as well. The winner of that one takes on the winner of this one, which obviously, barring some kind of major collapse, will be the Anniston Lady Bulldogs. Ohatchee with a little pressure. Ahead to Person, she's open, and her good day just got better. She's got a 3 now.
Yeah, you mentioned the fact that she's kind of an all-around player here for Coach Eddie Bullock, coming off the bench and having a great game here today, capitalizing it there, and the de facto MVP of the team, the captain and the floor general, Alicia Dudley, is putting together another whale of a game.
Dudley now with 20 in the game. Nice dish and the layup by Jackson. Jackson now with 5 points as Anniston running away with it now, up by 33 points.
Just an unselfish play by Alicia Dudley, and she's able to get the ball over to Thomas, and she's had a great game as well. Jackson, excuse me, and then you see some smiles shared there by Person, the official, and Coach Eddie Bullock. Still wanting to play tough, still wanting to play hard here in this situation, even though up by 33 and already going to the championship game.
And here is Millie Rainwater at the line for Ohatchee, misses badly on the free throw attempt. Person from the same spot as a moment ago, misses this one, however. And now Vice will bring it across half court. Ahead, gets it back, shoots the 3, misses off the back of the iron, follows her shot, gets her own rebound, misses the putback attempt, and Barclay gets it away from everybody else. Here comes Hardy, cross court to Dudley. Her 3 is no good. Rebound and the miss. Jackson again goes up, misses again. And this time they're going to say Barclay came over the back of Tori Vice.
Bulldogs holding Ohatchee to 20 points, and that's one of their lower scoring percentages, scoring outages just in general. Scored 35 points in a loss to Alexandria. Great defensive squad. They'll go back into area play against Pleasant Valley coming up next week.
Vice knocks down the first free throw attempt. She has 5 points in the game. And she hits both. Nice looking stroke there for the Ohatchee sophomore, or senior I should say, and they get it ahead to Hardy. Oh, nice pass to Person, who lays it in.
Great feed and good look on the inside. You mentioned Person having a great game, playing well defensively as well as on the offensive end, really come alive here in the fourth quarter.
She now has 10 points as she reaches double figures, and a whistle and a foul against Barclay as Grayson Snow was headed to the basket. And that'll be foul number 4 on Barclay. Snow knocks down the free throw.
with 4 points on the game. She had 7 in their last matchup.
Substitution for the Bulldogs, Charlie Simmons in the game, I believe for the first time today, as Shawana Jackson goes to the bench. Jackson has 5 points off the bench for Coach Eddie Bullock's team. And Snow hits the second free throw. And there you see coming into the game for Ohatchee, another substitute. Not sure, number 11. Check our roster here. Inside Person, wide open, and they find her. So Person, she has 7 here in the fourth quarter, 12 points overall. They try to get it ahead to Crook, but Barclay with the good defense.
And to give her some credit here, Whitney McFry is number 11 on the Indians, getting some playing time here late as another basket drops for the Lady Bulldogs. And just a spectacular effort here, both ends of the floor, and they'll play again tomorrow night. Now, this number 1 seed, the good thing is that you get the first couple of rounds off, but then you got to play 3 games in a row. They'll play Thursday, today, and then coming up tomorrow in the championship. But so far put together 2 good performances here at Pete Matthews.
Out of bounds off Ohatchee, so it stays with the Bulldogs. Coach Bullock getting some substitutes in the game now for the first time. Aliyah Henson comes in for Barclay. Looks like Asia Barclay's day is done, as she will finish with 7 points. 6 of those coming right at the beginning of the game, as she really got Anniston started off on the right foot today with those quick 6 points in that first period.
And for those watching at home and unfamiliar with the rules, now that we're at the 35-point mark, it will be a running clock here on everything but timeouts.
McFry dribbles it across. She's doubled, gives it up to Rainwater. They lob it inside, and the shot is missed by George. Hardy on the other end. Lost it out of bounds. And we'll go back over to Ohatchee. Another substitute for Coach Bullock. He sends in Tanaja Winsley.
She'll come in for Hardy, and another substitution here for Ohatchee as well.
.204 to play in this one. They stop the clock to clean up some perspiration or something on the floor right in front of the Anniston bench.
And you're seeing the benches there on the sidelines, and those are obviously set up for the college game. Jacksonville State plays here in their university games, and so a little different from what you normally see in an everyday year.
Coach Bullock still with that full court pressure. Under 2 to play. Vice dribbles it across. And Crook couldn't handle the pass. A little low on that pass. Girls Championship game will tip off at 6 o'clock tomorrow night from Pete Matthews, and we will have it for you right here as the long-range 3 by Dudley is good, and I think her night is now officially over, as Dudley will end the game with 23 points, including 4 3-pointers in the game.
Well, think about her last year. She won a county championship. Her team won a state championship. Came into here today, had a great game in the quarterfinal round, now back in the semifinal round, a chance at another county championship, and then has a $500 scholarship offer or scholarship award already for winning the fan favorite vote by our friends over at F&M. And then tomorrow, she'll have a shot at $10,000 split between her and the school, as she is the winner of the F&M half-court shootout. So she'll have that shot tomorrow night at halftime of the boys' game. So just a whirlwind 12 months there for Alacia Dudley. She'll have a chance to finish off with the county championship tomorrow.
And appreciate Farmers and Merchants Bank and their sponsorship again of the county tournament here on TV 24 and WOTM and the F&M Shootout. We'll really look forward to that at halftime of the boys game tomorrow night. The boys game, by the way, will tip off at 8 p.m.
She's played in a lot of games here at Pete Matthews Coliseum, playing in a lot of big-time games. Pressure is nothing for this one right here. She's essentially started her entire high school career and has been the leader of the squad basically since her, I would say, her sophomore season. Got a lot of playing time as a freshman as well, and then trying to cap off her high school career with another state championship, and we'll have a shot at another county championship coming up tomorrow night.
And this three sails out of bounds. It'll be Ohatchee ball, and a substitution for the Indians as Lyda Elders, a sophomore, comes into the game. Under a minute now and left in this one. Vice. Now Crook has it on the right elbow. Dribbles, gets it inside. Davis powers it up and in for her first basket of the game.
Nice shot there by Davis. Good ball movement by Ohatchee. Finishing the game out strong. This person, can she hit another one? No. She was really close there. And Crook, who had that 37-point performance and a career high, actually tied a career high. She had another 37-point game earlier against Hoax Bluff. Not a bad day, kind of a quiet day for Crook, as she'll fall, and it'll be Anniston that marches on to the championship.
And that'll do it. The Anniston Lady Bulldogs, the top seed, defending county champions. They are one win away from a 5th straight girls Calhoun County championship as they get it done today impressively, knocking out 4th-seeded Ohatchee 62-26. We'll come back and put a wrap on this first girls semifinal matchup from Pete Matthews Coliseum in just a moment.
History has been made at Sarah Honda in Sylacauga. For the first time in Honda history, 0% APR financing for up to 60 months is now available on America's hottest selling SUVs. CR-V, HR-V, Pilot, and more. You heard right, 0% APR financing is here at Sarah Honda. Act now to take advantage of these amazing rates before they become, well, history. It's happening now at Sarah Honda, Highway 280 in Sylacauga.
Now offering Tempur-Pedic's newest Pro Breeze cooling mattress. Cooler when you lie down, cooler when you fall asleep, and cooler all night long. Wellness spaces are also available. Visit King's Mattress Gallery downtown Sylacauga today, your local Sealy and Tempur-Pedic retailer.
Hi, I'm Randy Wood, State Representative for District 36, which covers parts of Calhoun, St. Clair, and Talladega counties. As your representative in Montgomery, I say good luck to all our local student athletes, coaches, and supporters. Best wishes for a great season and a successful school year.
And there you see our final score. The Anniston Lady Bulldogs impressively today, knocking out Ohatchee 62-26 behind 23 points from Elisa Dudley and also 12 points from Alicia Person, who had a great game today off the bench for the Anniston Bulldogs.
Yeah, really, it's a team effort, and they wanted to play better in this matchup. We talked about their game in the quarterfinal round. There's obviously a really long break. If you're the number 1 seed, really this year, the number 1 through 4 seed, you don't get on the court for a long time. It's a lot of practice time before you get here. So when you get here, you want to play well. Both teams did play well in the quarterfinal round, but Coach Eddie Bullock knew that his team had another level that they could play. They got to that level today, and I think they'll need to get to another one tomorrow, whether it is Jacksonville or Oxford in the championship game. But so far, I would say through 2 games, they put together their best effort so far here today. The number 1 team in the state, the number 1 seed in this tournament, looking to take one more step towards the Calhoun County Championship.
Let's take a look at some of the highlights from this one today as the Anniston Lady Bulldogs getting off to a good start. Senior Asia Barclay had those 6 points in the first quarter to get her team going in the right direction.
She certainly did. She only finished with 7 points, so you're seeing most of her production right here in the first 3 shots of this highlight. But she got Anniston off to a great start, but then after that it was Alicia Dudley from the outside, then on the inside. Her defense was excellent as well for the Anniston Bulldogs. You mentioned that she finished with a game-high 23 points. Ohatchee really struggled to score in momentum throughout the course of the game. But then certain periods, they were able to hit some shots. There's Grayson Snow hitting a three-point shot. Then their defense turning into offense as Tori Weiss coming off a 17-point performance in the quarterfinal round. Finished with another good game here today. A couple of Euro steps and back-to-back baskets there in the first half. Just not enough overall for Ohatchee to really keep pace. Just 12 points there in that first half. But then in the second half, it was really all Anniston. Ohatchee had a great game coming off of Millie Rainwater knocking down a couple of three-point shots, but then the perimeter shots and the defense were really the keys for Anniston late here in the second quarter, third quarter, and then going into the fourth where they really dominated. And Dudley and Person really putting the finishing touches on the game today for Anniston. And the nice pass there to put the sealer on for Anniston as the Bulldogs win it. And once again, they'll play again for another county championship tomorrow night.
Two Lady Bulldog players in double figures today. Dudley with 23, including 4 threes. Person off the bench with 12. And Crook for Ohatchee, their leading scorer today, with 7 points. Well, coming up at 6 o'clock, we will have our second boys semifinal matchup. Should be a good one between White Plains and Oxford. Tommy Wood and John Holder will join you for tip-off of that game at 6. But until then, we send you to the AHSAA Weekly as we continue with our live coverage of the Calhoun County Basketball Tournament at 6 o'clock tonight with boys action from Pete Matthews Coliseum.
Get your game face on, 'cause this is the big time.